All right. Greetings. Greetings, 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 greetings. Y'all come on in. Oh my gosh, it has been busy tonight. Or well, kind of a busy day. So thank you all. Those of you that are coming in, or if you was already here. Thank y'all for coming on. Okay. All right. I'm not going to be long on tonight. Thank you, Catherine Ingram, Natson. Greetings. All right. DC, the District of Columbia. Thank you, Barbara Martin. You all come on in. Sorry, we're a little bit late. I was trying to start doing at least like 9:30, no later than 10. Got a little carried away. We were doing some kind of aesthetic things um to the studio and house, and just kind of like real busy day. Greeting. I am well, Catherine. Just a little bit tired in my body. A little bit tired in my body, but we are uh going to yet press our way. We're going to yet press our way. And so I said that I have got to be disciplined, and I've got to come on. You all are looking to hear from me, and we have certainly got to come on. And I have an obligation to you um, to come on and share with you some of the things that are happening and going on. I wanted to sound the alarm tonight and to really bring up a serious clarion call, because we talked about it some things on Tuesday night, that I think that we were escaping, or that we were not paying that we were sort of like not paying attention to. And uh now we have another very serious situation at hand. And so I want you all that are or that we are facing midterm elections. We're facing midterm elections. As you all are coming in, if we get to a good number or not, that'll be fine. I normally don't really start with less than 100, but we're gonna start and work with what we have here. We've got to pay attention to the midterm elections, you all. You've got to. So, and we've got to get ahead of this whole idea. I was talking to someone that lives in Texas and was not even aware of the situation with Jasmine Crockett, which I found absolutely deplorable. Um, and so we have got to. We can't be sleep at the gate. We cannot be sleep at the gate. All right. You all have got to get registered. If you're not registered to vote, you got to get registered to vote, and you got to get out there and you got to do it. You got to vote. You got to vote. You got to exercise your right. You got to exercise whether you think it's rigged or not. No matter what your uh, um, reservations and uh, skeptic or whatever it is, get over it, get beyond it, and go ahead and do it. Start calling your politicians, start calling them on the carpet, especially those of you that are in those of you that actually live in some of these states. And uh, yes, I'm talking about midterm elections. Yes. Those of you, and especially those of you that are in Texas, those of you that are in Texas, uh, those of you that are in Texas, and those of you that were in Jasmine Crockett's district, you all need to be raising hell. And one of the things that's got to be critical is that we've got to stop being so reaction. And stop being defense and get on the offensive. We need to carry and run the ball. Am I talking right? We need to be on the offense, and we need to be running the ball and saying, wait a minute, we need to be ahead of the game. So we need to be ahead. Hey.
Hey, I'm live right now. What's going on?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you was still.
Live?
I went on. I said it's almost 11, so I thought you were done.
No, I'm wrapping up right now, baby. I didn't know you were going live right now.
Yeah, I went on like 10:30 because I thought you was done, but.
All right, no, I'm getting ready to wrap up in just a minute.
Okay.
I'll pop over there.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's my friend and brother Ty. He's saying that okay, you can't hear now. You all Instagram, y'all can't hear anymore. Okay, they're saying, can you hear me now? Instagram, can you hear me? Okay, can't hear. Sounds out. Sounds out. Can you hear me? Someone says yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear the words that are proceeding out of my mouth? Can you hear? Can you hear what is coming from my lips? Can you hear the words and the expressions that are melodiously? Okay, who is this? Oh, I'm seeing some people I ain't never seen. You can hear me now. Who is is that Verdella? Is that Verdella? Tom. Y'all be having some names. So anyway, you got to be paying attention. Now this is the thing. Okay, they just made a thing this fast. They just made a cartoon of me that fast with what I have on tonight, saying that I'm live. Let me tell you something. Whoever this diabolical person is, you all need to be doing something and utilizing your skill, your talent, or your ability. We are under siege. Do y'all understand that? We are under siege while you playing some game on the phone. While you're playing games on the phone, the Republicans have come in and redistrict a lines and gerrymandered in 2025. Gerrymandered the whole state of Texas, have redrawn congressional lines to pick up five additional congressional seats to ensure that they keep control of the Senate and keep control of the House of Representatives. And you got some faggot that's playing games on the phone. We are not playing. This is not some time to be playing games. Our lives are at stake here. Your dumb ass is probably suffering with AIDS, and you're gonna lose Medicare, and you're gonna lose Medicaid, and you're gonna lose those free antivirals that's keeping your sinful, diabolic ass alive. And stop playing around and stop playing games. This is serious. You want to sit up and call somebody from a phone. You should be calling on your congressman. You sitting up knowing who I am. Do you know who your congressman is? Do you know who your elected officials are? Your senator, your alderman, your city council person, those numbers, your mayor, those numbers should be in your Rolodex on your phone under your contacts. This ain't no time to be playing games. This ain't no time to be sitting up with your head with your head in the sand. Life is at stake. Things are serious. And while we sitting up acting like Alice in Wonderland and playing games and talking about this and talking about that, the most critical, you sitting up delusion because you watching Real Housewives and you watching some reality show while and you're distracted while the real business at hand is taking place. And you sleep at the gate. You playing on the phone. You can make a screenshot. You can make an AI picture of me. Can you make an AI picture of your congressman? Do you even know what congressional district that you live in? Do you even know who your representative is? Do you know who your the commissioner of the county in which you live? Most of y'all can't even tell. Do you know what district, those of you that have children, do you know what school district and who's your school board representative for your child? Do you know those things? While you sitting up playing games and playing on the phone. You ain't hurting me. This ain't hurting me. Making what y'all call these things, avatar or whatever it is that you're making. You just not hurting my feelings. You boosting my head and boosting my ego because I'm important enough to your dumb ass that you got enough time to make an avatar of me. While you are dumb and stupid and not paying attention to the things that are really serious and that matter and that are critical to our state of life. You want to sit up and like you doing something. Oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to tuck my head between my legs. You've been doing this damn near 10, 15 years. Praise the Lord and kiss my ass. I'm still alive. And while you talking about focus on cash apps, you send one. Whoever Seth is, you send one while you're talking. So I am saying that, and we're sitting back. I was like, wait a minute. And then I had to think. This is open. This is Thursday night open discussion. If there's something on your mind and something on your heart, something that you want to hear or discuss or bring to the floor, let's roll with it. I was looking at this and I was saying, wait a minute. And then so many people was like, oh, did it really happen? Oh, yes, it happened. You were not paying attention. You did not come back out. You're not doing midterm. You're not focused. And we lose out. And then we have to moan, complain, and will be some of the first people that'll be disadvantaged, taken advantage of, misled, led astray, hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, and to be sitting back looking and not understanding and not paying attention to what happened. There better be more to you than a pretty face. It better be more to you than to your, yeah, you want to be while you in the gym working out and doing whatever you doing. You better be reading the newspaper. You better be paying attention. I got y'all, some of y'all up there right now that live in DC. You living in, you're right there living in DC. Gerard. Somebody else just said that they were in the district. In the district, president has been called in the National Guard and wants to totally discredit your mayor, saying that crime is supposed to be down. They're telling, and then they're telling the homeless people go somewhere. Don't you know? Don't nobody want to be homeless. If they had somewhere to go, wouldn't they be there? Who want to be in this kind of diabolical heat outside in a tent? If they had somewhere to go, they would be inside with somewhere to go. You are going to be eliminated, eradicated. I I I, I I was listening to the stuff that Larry was talking about, and I told him, I said, "Yeah, you scared me to death." But everything that he was talking about, and those of us that read Project 25, he has done it, and he hasn't even. Are you all? I'm trying to ask you. Are you all? Are you all asleep? Do y'all understand that he has not been in office a year? Are you all clear? Thank you, as those of you that are coming in. Thank you, BRX, Gerard, uh, Ski Key, Williams, Peter, Pringle, uh, uh, and those of you that are coming in. Thank you, Tanya. Greetings to you all. Thank you for members of the Thai Squad that are coming over. We certainly appreciate you. Love you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. So anyway, tonight is Thursday night. Excuse me. Had a really busy day. Have another busy day. Tomorrow's Friday. Have another busy day on tomorrow. uh and so we're going to also be pressing our way to be be disciplined and consistent with coming on, but really was getting into the heart and the gravity of the issue with what has happened in Texas. And I was so amazed because a lot of times, I feel like and sometimes I know that it's just a part of me to read and keep up and know and be aware of what's happening, but it's sometimes I try to say, or that most of my friends and people that I know are reasonably intelligent, but then when I'm talking to somebody that lives right in the state of Texas, and they don't understand or didn't realize that Jasmine Crockett no longer has a district. They have rate. Do y'all understand? Are y'all? Do y'all really get, like, who really gets the? Thank you, Mother Dorsey has come in the ladies' room. Thank you, LaFrance Tolliver. Thank you. I don't know who this is. It's something slash Cal. Thank you. Greetings to you. Thank you all for coming in. So I'm trying to figure out, do first of all, did y'all were you all aware of what racial gerrymandering was? If anyone, I'm putting my history teacher hat on. First, did you even know about that? And then to see it happen again in 2025. And you all not paying attention. How many of you, just out of a point of curiosity, how many people do we have, show us by a show of hands, that are tuned in from Texas? Do we have anyone that is tuned in from Texas? See, they get strategic with us. They get strategic with us while we're not paying attention. And when we have somebody like a Jasmine Crockett that's outspoken, young, gifted, Black, they start getting that. Also, then they come and they have their board meeting. They get that pot of coffee and they start looking at the law and start looking and plotting and scheming. Okay, what can we do? She's a problem, and we can't handle problems like this, like how we did back in the 60s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and 60s. We can't handle it like that. So we've got to be smart and intelligent with how we handle this. So we're gonna come in and then we have got to ensure, now that we're in power, because they want to go into what? They want to rule. The plan is to destroy this nation's democracy, and for us to go into being an oligarchy, for us to go into being a dictatorship. The handwriting is on the wall. Rights and privileges is slowly being stripped away. You saw that with abortion. Okay, you're gonna see that with abortion. Then you're gonna watch when they start moving in on gay rights. You see, the woman is back up in Kentucky. The county clerk that was up there in Kentucky that refused to give that homosexual couple a marital license, and it was federal law. She was supposed to do it, and she refused. She'd rather break the law, go to jail, and stand to her conviction and not do it. All right, Dominique is in Texas. Okay, that's probably a troll. Y'all can play. Y'all can be on here trolling me. You need to be trolling some your congressman. You need to have been trolling Hot Wheels. That's the truth. That's the truth, ladies' room. Most of us are clueless. Most of us are totally and completely out of lunch. Thank you for the super chat. Is that Papa Lamonte? Thank you. Papa Lamonte has led us off with a super chat, our first person to give on tonight with $5. If everyone would follow suit and match or do better than his $5, we would greatly appreciate you. I thank you for my Deacon T.L. Myers. You're here. Thank you. Always having my back. Thank you, Felicia McCall. Thank you. Thank you for being here. They troll all folks bad. So Dre, don't piss me off and say something that's gonna piss me off, and then you get blocked. Cause hell, if you really want to know the truth, for the long time I thought you was a troll too. Now you check that. Wondering what the hell is wrong with you. Every time I look around, it's a DM, email, and this and that from you. And then, can I put my Cash App up, and can I do this? Don't make me go off on your bald-headed ass tonight. I ain't in the mood for it. They troll everybody. Big names, small names, other kind of names, and everything else. They troll people. So it ain't just like they just trolling me. Don't piss me off. Greetings. This is Surgeon. So I said that I wanted to do just like open discussion, but I was just taken back by this. and to see and we are not paying attention. Thank you. Someone just did $8.88. Thank you. Thank you. Are y'all ready for this? Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you about the day that I had. So I was gonna do some laundry today. Do y'all know that my washing machine is broken? The washing machine, the stackable washing machine is broke. Like the last thing I need, like a hole in the head, is have to try to buy a what. And not only is it broke, right? And I was like, okay, so let me start washing up all these clothes and stuff. Because, a lot of times you just, well, anyway, I have a whole lot of clothes. Everybody probably knows that. I have a whole lot of clothes. And it's like, I don't know. My dry cleaning bill is ridiculous. And then all of my like play clothes, stuff that I wear. So I was like, I need to wash. And I went in there to the guest closet where it's my dirty clothes are. And it was stacked up. And so I was like, I need to wash. Wash machine broke. And then not only do it break, it's broken, but then it fills up with water, and then the water don't want to go nowhere. It don't want to go down, don't want to go out. Then you start looking, so then you start hunting and looking and trying to find out whether or not it was on. And it's no longer under warranty. Guess how much? So it was practically 100 and almost, because I had to find a wash dry fold place. And they weigh the clothes, which is ridiculous because what do you call it? A load of clothes in the washing machine is more than a pound. So the place that I was able to find that does wash, dry, fold charges you by the pound while the clothes are dirty. And so, dirty clothes weigh more than clean clothes. So I almost, so what was it? $160. I think it was $160 to get all those clothes. But then, now look at me. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me tugging tubs and hampers and big bags? Oh, when I tell you, a laundry bags down the elevator. And I was just like, oh, the concierge, somebody's gonna have to help me. You've got to help me get this in the car. And so it was like, a mess. So someone is asking me, am I on a lease? Yeah. And it had the hookup, but I own my own wash stackable machine. So why are you asking me that? Girl, don't you get red too. Tonight, not tonight. All right, let's not be crafty tonight. Tonight's not the night to be crafty, okay? before you type in the chat, all right, and get your feelings hurt. Before you type in the chat, because y'all know I can go from 0 to 1,000. You know, do not make me start spinning, and don't make my head levitate up off the ground. Yeah. So greetings. So I was not expecting that. And most times I don't even know how or why I let it get to that point, because most times it's just like, and then it's it's in that closet. So it's in that it's already in the the hookup is already inside of the other closet, and oh my God, oh, when I tell you that thing wore me out. And then I just had to start Google and trying to find like who, and then see, I white stuff. I normally run whites like 3 times. I wash it twice full of bleach, and then I run it again that 3rd time with just the hot water. When you gotta go pay somebody to do your wash, dry, and fold, you can't do that. So I was like, oh, these whites, you're gonna have to wash them white, because I need my white to be white, like bright white. I need my briefs white. You know, I need my tiles, because I do ever since Oprah said that you do white tiles. So I have all those big Ralph Lauren bed body sheet, what they call them, body sheets, those big huge white tiles, and then they're rolled up, and so they have to be white. Oh, when I tell you. So anyway, so all of that. Who else? Does anyone else? Lord, it's a mess. Oh, see, that is so nice. See, he has a washer and dryer in his unit, but they do a service. No, they come around and they do the trash, or you can take it down the hall to the chute, or they can pick it up. But they don't. I don't think they do. No, they don't do the laundry thing. But they had people that they referred me to, and so anyway. And then it was one fee to take it, or there was another fee to lug it downstairs. So then I was like, this is so ridiculous, because I've allowed it to accumulate so much, to the point where I was like, I'm just not going to take all of this down to the concierge and have them bothered with haggling. So I'm going to take it over there. Ciao. All right, y'all. So anyway, open discussion. Greetings. Hey, Dorothy has entered the room. Larry, I was just talking about, I had to do some laundry today. Oh my gosh. Next week, bring your clothes over to tight. Oh, just Wayne Justice says, for me to bring my stuff over. Okay, there they go again. There they go again with these the trolls. There they go. All right, let me tell y'all what the number is. I want to know what tonight's number is 678-388-4025. Again, tonight's number for the troll is 678-388-4025. All right. He said, what he say? He said, you're a mess. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so important. Lord have mercy. I am so important. Okay, what Larry say? Ada? Is that hilarious? That might be a troll too. That might be. Is that really him, Thais? I mean, that I'm wondering, is that a troll too? Anyway, yeah, I gives the number. Y'all know, y'all already know. I would drop the link. Who wants to come on tonight? Everybody wants to. Y'all wants to come on. I had a great time. We had a great discussion last night with Preston. I know you gonna put your This ain't Larry Reed. I don't believe it. I want you to I hit that link and turn your camera on and turn the light on. The light turneth on, you can't hide. The light turneth on. God told me to tell you, you can't hide. Come out of that corner. All right, so that was one of the things that I wanted to discuss on tonight. If it is Larry, then whoever it was that scared me halfway to death, said, telling us we got to leave America, child. You got it, and then he was practically saying you got to go right now. You got to go tonight. I was like, oh, it was just too much. I couldn't even take it. Wait a minute, let me see who is this. Okay, look.
Okay, I'm just gonna be real quick. I'm just gonna be. I have to say this. You got real smart with my follower, Sabarna, and she was just trying to be. She was just trying to be friendly, William. She was asking a
Oh,
question. You got Samarda.
oh,
I mean, they come over here based on my recommendation. You
right.
know,
Well,
they come to what you because I
I'm
come.
appreciative, but she's saying she asking me, do I rent? So I
Well,
answered right.
she is an
So do you
assistant.
can then let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all know how I am, and I appreciate people for coming over. But
Mhm.
what is the point of asking me, do I rent?
Because
You
she is
ask
an
me, do I
assistant.
rent? Because
She
you got
is
because
okay.
no,
Let me
but
just
don't
tell you.
make an assumption that if I'm on a lease or what have you, that the washer and dryer came. I own a
Okay, so
refrigerator too.
I'm
That
trying to explain.
don't say that whether it's a lease or not. Don't put that in the chat and make that assumption. No, it had a hookup and I own my stackable washer and dryer. And I'm not going every time somebody say something and I respond. I'm not going to all the time feel like I have to apologize.
Okay,
Don't ask me.
what I'm saying to you is it was not necessary to be so mean when she was just really asking a question. She is my personal assistant manager in the building where I live. And she was just going to basically ask you that because she was going to give you advice on how to rectify that. That is my personal assistant manager in the building that I live in.
Okay. Well, let me
And you don't
say
have
that.
to, you don't have to apologize. I'm just saying that,
All I'm saying is just that no. The assumption is that even if I'm on a lease that they owned or that it came with a washer and dryer. No, it did not. It came with a Bishop Patrick Wooten just texted me. It came with a hookup and it's my uh uh stackable at this moment. I wish I was in a unit that where it just didn't have the hookup and I had my own in here, because then I could have just called like I do for everything else if it breaks or does something, and then get it fixed, y'all. But y'all know my personality. That's just the way that I am.
yeah, and
and
that's
and
fine.
so
And that's fine. I was just saying she didn't mean any harm.
yeah,
And
but
that's
I
fine.
didn't, and I wait a minute. What is this? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. So I just no. So that's what. Uh, Oh wow. Okay. That is interesting. So no, so you can tell. Well, maybe she needs to help me get a unit over there then, because in this one I had to have my own because the previous people they took theirs.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
and I have my own, and it's broke and it's a mess. And I had to try to find somebody to do wash, dry, and fold. And so it's just been one of those days. And what can I say?
All right.
Yeah, it was one of those. Hey, Isaiah. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna jump.
hopefully,
I'm gonna jump down, but I was just
was
that's all
that
I
really
wanted.
Larry?
Huh?
Was that really Larry? Is that really
It
Larry?
was. Yeah, that was Larry.
Okay.
All right.
I was wondering if that was really him or not. All right. Okay. So anyway, y'all, I mean, hey, I am a real live living breathing person too. So everybody has their moments, but no, yes, I mean, I just I don't know. Okay. I um I think that was a 50-50 thing. So greetings, thank you, thank y'all for tuning in. All right, so that those are so needless to say, needless to say, it has been one of those days. So, and the whole thing with the state of with the whole state of Texas and all that is transpiring, it's just like I mean, it's just at some point it feels with all of this is going on, it almost feels like it's at some point that is overwhelming, that you have so very much that is happening, and then you do get visceral, you do get to a point where you almost feel like the walls are closing in, so that you feel that it's you know uh it's so much, like sometimes you just feel like you just want to be able to chill out. You don't want to necessarily have to feel like you have to fight or you have to defend yourself every day. And so perhaps maybe that's part of my quick um lashing out, because it's like when I told one person that is supposed to be a friend, I was like, I do not, those that are my friends, I don't want to feel like I have to defend myself or fight you too. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to. Does that make sense to? Or does anyone else concur with me on that? That you want to feel like, if you're supposed to like me, if you're supposed to be a friend and you say you like Sir William, you like William McCray or whatever, or you like Will, or whatever relationship that we have, and or McCray, or the various titles or the various names that people refer to me as, it I those people that are in that intimate space, and those people that are in that circle, or those people that um say I like you, I don't want to have to defend myself with you all. I don't want to have, I want to be able to, I think that you should be able to be your most authentic self with people that you that say that, and you and or the or that take that as a place. And I'm not going to, I'm going to be me. So I'm not going to, who, where I've got to walk on extra. I can't live like that. if I could live like that, I would have been I wouldn't be sitting here probably in Atlanta with blonde hair. I would probably either be bald headed or with some kind of short little crew cut in some loveless marriage, um, trying to be an assistant pastor to or carry my parents' ministry or what have you, or being some kind of watered down version of myself. So that's, not to well, everything may not be a read battle. Maybe that's but when you have and um that's something that you or an opinion that you can have and that you can take. But when you're constantly in a place where you consistently have to defend yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get a chance to um for lack of a better word, I don't get a chance for it to ever turn off. Like, it's constantly, I have to constantly fight for William. I have to kind of, because ain't nobody else is out here fighting for me. Ain't nobody else is standing up to the plate and defending me. Ain't nobody else saying, oh, you shouldn't say that about him. Oh, don't do that. I have to constantly fight and defend for myself. And so when you're consistently, or when it's like that every day on a 24/7 basis, it's not a time where that you can take down or feel that you can take down, because then at that very moment that you take down, then that's when it gets misconstrued, or that's when the point that it has. So it may not be. And at the end of the day, I am William. I am me. I'm in love with me, and I like me very, very, very much. And people, and I appreciate my friendships, and I appreciate my relationships, but I'm going to be myself, and I'm not going to um I ain't never kissed ass, figuratively or literally. I've never done that. And I know this is a numbers game, and I know all of those things that go on into it, but I'm gonna still at the end of the day be me. Now, to what extent that means, or if there's a parting of ways, then I have to accept responsibility for that. But I'm gonna be myself, and I'm not going to be on here and feel like I have to always defend me being me, and when you have, and y'all are on here, you're on here, Tim Bray, you're on here as a courtesy, and thank you, and thanks for Ty that invites his folks over to join, or to be here, and I'm appreciative of that. I'm not saying that, but yeah. So you see that it is a constant. It's a constant attack all of the time, and so because of that, then you're gonna sometimes get those kind of responses out of me. All right, so it was really you, Larry. Hey, what's up? He says, I do understand why you defend yourself and ask questions later. Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot for me, for you to say that, and for you to feel and know where I'm coming from. All right, he says these people in your chat are here because they like you. Be nice and cuss the troll. He said that before. All right. I appreciate that. And I appreciate both of them. I really do. I really do. I've been an island probably as since I can remember. You know, I really have. And you know, so it never has been I just and I the transparent moment. I've never, or the two people, probably the two people that really, really, really had my back, that I didn't even have to question whether or not they had my back, are now deceased. And especially people um that were not family, you know. They're gone. And so I many times feel alone, not lonely, but feel alone, and that uh you know, I have to defend myself. I have to have my back. So that's just it. And it's been that. It has been that for me. All right, let's jump. And I wanted to do just sort of like an open discussion for tonight. Just a number of there's a number of just topics and things, and it just seems like so much um uh going on, that I mean we could almost go into any direction. um okay. All right. Okay. IPV says I kind of understand because yes, yes, yes. Someone gets it. Thank you. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you. Relationships should be like a full-length mirror. They should authentically show us ourselves and not be offended. It's called growing. Ty Squad and Ty support you. I'm not saying that it's not I I'm not saying that it's not a support. Okay, I read. Okay, if it's do we want to pick this apart? Let's pick this apart. Let's roll back. Let's scroll back. Let's scroll back to the question. Let's scroll back to the question, and you let me know how how you interpret it, or how did it sound to you, just to see if what it so um just to see that could have been said first. Okay, let's see this. Let's just see here. Let me go back, because y'all making this a thing. Y'all making this a thing, and it's, to me it's really not. But let's go back and let me read the question as it was stated. And then you can see or get where, let me see where it is. And then you can get, since y'all since this has got to be under examination, and I've got to be crossed. Okay? Let's go with it. Let's go with it. I'm trying to find the original question. Really? Okay. Okay, where's the original question? She says, Lord, I just gave away a set. Oh, set away. Okay, so you rent, right? So you're asking me, I'm having a transparent moment, and I'm talking about the day that I've had, and that the washer to my stackable set is broke. And I look in the comments and it says, you rent, right? Okay, now, if you just read that, that very statement can come across as a read or as a jab or because if you really want to go there, since Will is such the bad guy tonight, because I responded to that in the way that I did, it almost sounds like it almost can be interpreted as a jab. Okay, what implication are you making? You rent right. Not asking me, am I on a lease? Not asking me any of those questions in an open chat. You're saying you rent right. Like you know, so how could it be interpreted that you're making the implication that, oh, I would have assumed, I would have felt like, oh, you're supposed to be owning your condo, or oh, you're supposed to be purchased. It can go for a person that has to defend themselves on a daily basis. It could go and be interpreted either way. You rent right. That sound like that. Now, the more I look at it, it sounds like a read. It sounds like a jab. Like, oh, and if I didn't rent, and if I was owning it, then the onus would have been on me to buy or get another stackable set, which I'm probably going to have to do anyway. All right, someone over here on Instagram says, never stop being you. That's what made me follow you. Just real and raw. You're here for 10 toes down. Thank you. I appreciate that. IDU, I guess. No, I didn't hear about that. They're saying that it was someone that was unalived on while they were live on Facebook. Jesus. You know, we're living in some very, very serious times. We really are. So anyway, you know, I guess I read into it or interpreted it wrong, but it to me, it sounds like, wow. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So it says move on. Okay. And in the words of Kevin Bond, and we're moving on. All right, let's get into some of these topics. Okay. So y'all remember what was it? Was it last night or the night before? So you remember that I was saying, or in one of our topics, okay, I'm reading some of these comments. Wait a minute. Do we need to reset and take? I'm fine. I really am. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Whoever the African is, you know what? I had always thought that you was, what's his name, Abidjalin or whatever it is. I always thought that you was a troll, but since you were saying that, I'm gonna let you go on and go to bed, and then you can go to bed tonight, and you don't have to come back. So why don't we go on? So since you're saying go to bed, because aren't you the same? Aren't you the same alleged African that is always on here talking about how much you love me and all of this or whatever? And then you're saying you just made the statement that you made. Okay. Why don't you, if you're not already gone, why don't you respond or clarify? Because in a second you're going to be gone for good, for good. All right. Do y'all remember the other night we were saying that that I was making the point that, you know, a lot of B-C list celebrities are uh, uh yeah, come with podcasts, and it seems like everyone is on this thing where they're trying to recreate that Shannon Sharp, Cat Williams moment where, you know, this whole shock thing, and everyone is kind of like going on these podcasts and they're saying, you know, some kind of, you know, not so nice, or depending on how you look at it, some things that could be considered to be somewhat wretched um uh uh about, you know, people or people that they have worked with or famous folks or whatever in the past. So Halle Berry, because we talked about that David Justice um did Matt Barnes did an interview with Matt Barnes for Matt Barnes podcast, former NBA um player, and Matt has a podcast, and so uh David Justice went on, and then he was explaining, you know, his parting of ways or his parting of relationship um with Halle, and he basically kind of, you know, threw her under the bus and was like, you know, I have this, yeah, I didn't see her being uh you know, a wife or a mother. He didn't see her as that. And you know, it's a lot of glamorous women that I mean, you can't, one of the things that his point, um the fallacy in his point, that he couldn't see her as a mother. But think about it. Diana Ross is probably the essence of, you know, glamorous. And um she is a you know, has always been described as a remarkable mother. And then in some of her interviews, she's even talked about, like, when her children was small, how she, you know, handled her career and always, you know, flew back and made sure that they got to school, and she was there for, you know, key times and situations in their lives. And so, but when you see her, you don't necessarily think mama, you think Diana Ross, and you know, and glamour, and you know, the long weave and the gowns and all of that. But look, to those to those five kids that she has, she's mama. Yeah, yeah. And so, anyway, so this is Halle's response. And Halle Berry responded to her ex-husband David Justice's statement that he divorced her because she wasn't motherly. The former Major League Baseball star made the remarks during a chat with former NBA player Matt Barnes for an episode of All in Smoke podcast. She asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months, he explained. I don't know if my heart was really into it, but I didn't want to make her feel bad and say no. Wow. All right. Um, and then I was just in the moment. It caught me off guard. We're getting along, we're vibing again. We're only 5 months in, and we're still in the honeymoon stage, he added. So I mean, he's really like, he really went in sort of to me. So David and Halle, who is 58 now, were married back in 93. From 93 to 97. Their union, they had no children. Wait a minute. I'm getting these text messages. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll look at this. Um. Okay. I know we said we was gonna move on. So, um, yeah, I think that Goldie, I appreciate. You all can look at it however you decide to look at it, and at the end of the day, I appreciate and love Ty. I appreciate and love Larry. We had issues in the past. I have moved on, and we were able to reconcile and bond and become friends. I appreciate their love and I appreciate their support. Um, I am uh, myself, and I'm going to be my true and my most authentic self at all times. And to ask me in a moment where I am heated, and if you know me, since you know me, or since you say that you know me, then you know what kind of personality that I am. And so if I'm already saying that I've had a day and I'm pissed, and then you ask me, do you rent right? That may not have been the right time for you to ask me that. Or maybe you could have asked that in a different way. So if you want to leave and what have you, then I totally understand that and totally get that or what have you. But at the moment, and what I will say is what I've already said, that that question and the way that it was questioned and at the timing that it popped up could have been taken either way. Okay. And so you um uh and I guess I if you feel that I took it the wrong way, but it did sound like a stab. And so that's why I responded accordingly. Now, do we have anybody else? Now, if you want to come up and we can address it further or what have you, then you can come up. But I'm not going to be um in a place where I'm not going to be myself, or I'm going to be walking around on eggshells and biting my tongue because someone wants to show a lot of love and support. And what I'm not going to make you do is push me into, I responded to what you said and the way that I interpreted your question. Okay. But what is not going to do, I'm not going to allow it to rise to the level that makes an issue between me and Ty. Now I can appreciate him coming on and saying that you're a member of his Thai squad, and at his recommendation that you came over, and all of you whoever that comes over and support me at his recommendation. I'm appreciative of that. But at the same time, I'm gonna still be William McCray at the end of the day. All right. So now you don't have to, you don't have to, you can certainly, we can move past it. You're saying that you didn't mean it in that way. Then if you didn't mean it in that way, or the way that in which it sounded, then that is fine. But now if you want to come on, because if that's what and I'm going to be very, very careful with what I'm saying here, because I don't want it to rise to a level that it doesn't need to rise to. And I'm not going to allow you or to put me in a precarious position because you said something that could be interpreted either way. And thank you, Goldie, that you can see where I'm coming from, that it sounded inappropriate and it sounded like a jab, and you where it's rising to the level, because you're a grown woman. And Ty don't have to come on here and correct me or attempt to correct me to defend you. And since you so offended, I ain't seen a comment. I saw that comment, but I ain't seen a comment come up and say, "Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean it in that manner," or "Oh, I apologize. I didn't mean to say it or make it sound like that," because it did have a that to it, where it could have gone either way. Now, can we put that to bed? Can we and officially this time move on? Okay. All right. So they were married from 93 to and then, well, okay. Let me give y'all the backstory, and then we can discuss it. David said he divorced her because she didn't cook and clean, and she wasn't nurturing or motherly. David was heavily, as we know, criticized on social media for being a toxic misogynist and having misogynistic views for his traditional perspective of being a wife and mother. And so let's see what she says. So she says, cooking, cleaning, and mothering. The mom of two captioned in, in the post, and her and her new man van laying on the bed, and with a plate of food. I think it's cute. I thought it was a cute kind of clapback kind of a response to I just, you're saying all of that, but like, you went from 93 to 97. You know, I mean, I don't know. It seemed like to me I could have understood it a little bit better. And maybe, maybe I'm like Halle. Maybe some things we take or think that are jabs that are not necessarily jabs or whatever. But I just seem like you kind of figured out whether or not that you all uh whether or not would have liked, or um like, It took you that long to figure it out, David? You know, I mean, I don't know. It just seems sort of like, seems kind of, mm. Now, what this other influencer? Okay, all right. You know, now, I'm going to try I'm going to try to hold my peace. I'm gonna try to hold my peace. I'm going to try to hold my peace. And those of you that, if you don't like me, you do not have to be here. Let me say something to you. As a person that's seen death 3 times, okay, that have been almost there. Trust me, I will be able to and make it. His hand is on my life, and I am going to be. I will be all right. So now, those of you that, if you ready to go, or if you have decided, and thank you for showing your true colors, because it's not what you do, and when everything is all cute and nice, is when you show who you really are when it's times of, issue, problem, or whatever. And so, if you choose that you have more than that right. The X is up there, and you can leave. And a lot of people that seemingly that has something negative to say, we can go back and we can check whether or not were you ever anybody that decided to even really show any real level of support anyway, as you, those of you that decide to leave. So if you want to, and if you want to leave, and if you want me to make it where we can make sure that you make this and a final exit, you can be blocked as well, and then you don't have to worry about coming back, and you don't have to worry about me showing up in your feed. Amen. All right. I want us to get clarity. Amen. I want us to get clarity. You know, because I'm looking at a lot of you, and you have a lot to say now when you ain't never had anything to say before. Okay, Goldie, I appreciate you, because that's exactly how I interpret it. It sounded like a jab to me, and that's how that's how I took it. And now we're getting all these real jabs, because if that's how you felt, then uh well, you have the right to feel that way. Who's that? Mr. McGannister. Okay. All right. So, oh, how long have I been on? All right, we are right at almost 90 minutes. I said I was only going to come on for an hour tonight. We're almost right at an hour and a half. Those of you that are okay, who is this? Let's see. Okay, let's see who Richard Hill is. I'm gonna just take a chance over here. Seems like an older cat. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You got to do your media for you. Don't worry about what everybody's saying. But keep it moving.
I appreciate that. Thank you, my brother.
All right.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes. I've got to, I appreciate um those that say that, and that understand, and me being me. Okay, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, so that is. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think that is okay. Okay, African Velvet says folks acting sensitive when their leader grills people on a regular basis. Uh, okay. All right. I mean, it's I, y'all are still dwelling on it. I have moved on. So I just, and I guess perhaps I don't see Ty. So I guess maybe he uh felt some kind of way or decided to leave as well. I certainly, respect and understand that. And YouTube's got like, I guess, a whole lot of people on there. So whoever you want to watch, or whoever that you all decide to watch, that is certainly within your right, and within your purview. Those that do stick with me, or what have you, I'm appreciative. And those that that may make this an exit, or a way of an exit, I certainly understand, and appreciate you for the time that you were here, or that you did join, and assist in trying to um, help me move forward, and push my numbers. But I'm not going to. Now, what I will not be is, I will not be bullied, and I will not be made to feel, because of anyone's, because if you um feel. Thank you, Carrie Hapsith. Thank you for 444. Thank you so much. I will say this: I'm not going to tuck my head between my legs, and be bullied, to feel like I have to suppress myself, and my thoughts, and my opinions, and my outlook, because of the possibility that someone decides to attempt to threaten me, or feel like they're not going to come on, or what have you. I'm not going to be made to feel like that. And if you have watched me, or watched me long enough, that that's not my personality, and that's not going to happen. People have continued to try to break, and bother, and you know do this, say this. You got a whole set of trolls out there. They got pages dedicated to trolling me, and I'm yet yet pressing and moving forward. Uh, and I'm not Marquise Show. I am not. And so that is, that's just it. That's it. So that's one of the things. I've had this discussion with people a lot of times before, that sometimes what I don't like necessarily about texting. I just had this situation with my mother. My mother said something that I thought was I totally misinterpreted. A text message or a chat message does not have tonation, phonation, and intonation. So you can't hear the inflection of voice or what have you. You're reading words. And they can, when you read words, you can say, it could have been like, oh, do you rent? Or, oh, you rent, right? That sounds very different from, you rent, right? I mean, so depending upon that, it can be interpreted many different ways. But I'm not going to be bullied to water myself down. I don't do that for my mama and daddy, and I'd be damned if I'm going to do it for somebody else. Whether you decide to click on here, or if you take your ass out of here and don't ever click on my page or my channel or nothing about me again. Now, I'm trying to keep it nice, and I'm trying to keep myself level, because I already had a transparent moment. I already said, whoa, this has been a doozy. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the rest of my tuition. I got some very serious things on my head, and the last thing that I needed was a broke washing machine, when I'm looking at $20,000 that I got to come up with to start the semester back in less than almost 2 weeks. So forgive me for not being Mr. Jolly, and you can just say whatever the hell that you want to say, how you want to say it, or whatever to me. I said in the beginning that I had a day. I said that. I made that very, very clear. I said if we're going to have an open discussion, we talking about this. I'm talking about some stuff that's way more important. Well, if I proved your point, or you feel that I proved your point, then you have the right to make whatever decision that you want to make. I cannot, I have been, well, you can do this kind of journalism. Oh, you don't have to call your blog obnoxious, and why you don't do highlight preachers and talk about the stuff that's going on. You know what? In those days that when Oprah was climbing and what have you, if you go back and if did anybody remember that 25-year gift set that of DVDs of her show that they were selling when they went back through 25 years through the 25 years of Oprah's show. If you look back at some of those earlier shows when they were climbing and playing the ratings game, some of those earlier shows was worse than Jerry Springer. I'll never forget, she had a pastor on, two pastors' daughters and a pastor on. I'll never forget the girl with the nappy hair and the yellow dress on that said that she was getting into bed and being raped and molested by her mama and her daddy, the pastor and the first lady at the same time for years, and it came out on the full show that the mom and daddy was having sex sex with all their kids. Some of those earlier shows, while she was climbing and playing the ratings game and the numbers game or whatever, they could have been some of the worst of topics that they have could have been. So I'm not going to uh, do that. And and for those that feel that you didn't, if that's the case, see, that's just like, I look at it like this, and it's many different interpretations or many different ways to look at it. um when you decide to get married, you marry a person that you say for better or for worse, and richer and poor, in sickness and in health. So if you are just waiting for one time and one person, and then y'all are making the issue about everybody that has shown love, or that has supported from the Thai Squad, based upon what one person from over there that decided to say. Okay, that I think she happens to be coaching, or happens to have met me or something once or twice in person, or what have you. And so then I have to just totally water my whole self down because of what one person said. Or you want to decide that, oh, he's not good, or oh, I don't like him because of my response to one person at one particular time. No one else has ever said, to my knowledge or to my understanding, no one else has ever said anything like that. I don't know, if do y'all ask him questions like that? And I don't even want to go on to how, I don't want to go into that, because you all are seeming like you're trying to egg it on, and you're going to try to make it a Will Tie thing, and it's not. It's not. Now, he felt like maybe he wanted to soften the blow and let me know that was one of his supporters, and that wasn't someone that was jabbing at me. But Ty is an intelligent guy, and I'm sure if he goes back and he looks at that question that was said, it didn't say, I work in a leasing office, I can give you some suggestion. It didn't say none of that. It said you rent right. Oh, okay. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Now, anyone else that, and if y'all decide that y'all don't like me and don't want to support or don't want to watch my channel or whatever, that I totally uh uh get it, totally understand it, and thank you for what you may have done or your support in the past. So Justin says, so are you saying that sexual abuse should have never been? No, I'm not saying that sexual abuse should not have been brought. What I'm saying is that her whole idea, it wasn't until she got to a certain level that she started a lot of the positivity, feel good moments, or what have you. And we can prove in television that does not all the time work. She tried to do a positive, feel good reality show that failed and did not work. Her television station was sinking and tanking desperately until they spiced it up and put some edgy broadcasting on there. So all of that feel good stuff that we see now is not this. This is the influencer that created the Obnoxious blog. So I talk about sexual abuse. All right, Justin, so you'll know. You're looking at the person that broke the Eddie Long story. You're looking at the person that broke the Juanita Bynum story. Do you know, and now that you're asking that question, do you know who and whom you're on channel? So you're talking to the person that has exposed a lot of abuse. Thank you. All right, TLA Dink. He says, I think you all are forgetting this is William's show. He can really do and say whatever he wants on his platform. Let it go, folks. Thank you. Another question is, what's going on with the 30K from Target? I am from the Thai Squad. Libra fan, Anita, thanks. Okay. As I last checked and knew and understood it, that the boycott was still going. So those of you that are supporting the boycott and the whole, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, does it, do they care, or has it impacted enough for them to call a meeting, change their modus operandi, or make any changes? I'm not so sure that it has as of yet. I'm not so sure. It seems like they're kind of going on business as usual, if you ask me. All right, y'all. Wow. So this is something. Let me tell y'all this. There is some Kojic news. So looks like the pastors and elders convention, or the pastors and elders convention is going to be happening coming up toward the end of the month, is going to be, the nightly services are going to be held at Patrick Wooten's church, the Upper Room Church of God in Christ. Wowie kazowie. And so that was him coming in to text me and inform me of that. Okay, Wayne, Justice Wayne says, do you owe anyone an apology? This is your chat and not the Thai Squad. That girl was instigating by saying you're a renter. Okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have here? No need to get testy. I just was asking a question, and all the names that you just listed off, I have no idea who the people are, because I only hear when you are doing sports and talking politics. All right, Justin. Well, those are stories of that I've broken about people that that talked about or that was accused of sexual abuse in my blog. And so that's how I actually got started. Lamar says I can't stand Wooded. Oh my gosh. This is a riot. Anyway, y'all, I've been on an hour and over 30 minutes. The ways to give are scrolling. There's cash apps. I'm sure it may not be any with the night that we've had. That it may not be too many people that want to, but those of you that know me and like me and like my platform, I appreciate you, and anything that you can or decide or will do would be greatly appreciated. This is Black Independent Press and Independent Media. And so love and appreciate and thank everybody that has ever shown me any level of support. So definitely Thank you. Thank you for that. So if there's anyone, I'm sure we probably won't reach our goal, but I do have faith and trust and believe and love the Lord. And so I do know that in spite of that somehow, some way, he's going to look out for me. So those uh, that don't mind showing me some level of love and support, I appreciate it. And those that decide that you may not, you may not. I can appreciate that as well. Um, he says none of the LGBTQ are. Oh God, I don't know. I I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not I would say this. I would say this. I bet I would imagine. I would just imagine uh uh that it's probably like the army. That is probably uh uh yeah, I mean, you know, there yeah. I've been told that he's a troll. Um, but it he has never said so to my understanding or from what I've gone back, he's never disrespected me. And I think he's kind of funny. And it's some other people that are probably trolls that are probably kind of funny. And I read a good portion of my comments. So is there, I mean, is this now a thing about what comments I read, or I'm supposed to only read certain people's comments? I'm just I'm just asking. Okay. Has he did he has he is so what is the point that you're trying to make? Has he been critical? Or maybe I've said things that he doesn't necessarily agree with. I don't think he's disrespecting him on over here. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we are all adults. We're not on the playground. This ain't high school. Okay, so everyone, this says Sir William McCrae. Last I thought. Okay. Um. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I guess you all are trying. Hey, what's going on? What is happening? Where? So you are back. Where have you gotten back into the classroom yet? Okay. All right. So I guess so some of you women are going to try to y'all want to make what a follower or a subscriber of Ty's channel said to me that I interpreted as a jab or disrespectful. Y'all want to pit that or put us in a position where we're not going to be friends, or that you're going to create a beef between us. Is that what y'all want to see? Because I mean, because what I can do or what I feel led to do, I I'm just kind of not feeling the energy from y'all. like you two ladies. So I understand that y'all are members of the Thai Squad. So I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think if we continue on this vein in my chat, then what I'm going to do is remove you all because y'all are trying to like egg this. He said that he's through with it. I've said that I'm through with it. And so trying to egg or push um uh that is, you know, it's totally irrelevant. So okay. And I don't want to split hairs, and I don't want to go back and you know read or resurface um a lot of the stuff from that was water under the bridge, that was from the past, that was said, because there's a whole lot of stuff that was said about me. So let's not, you know, let's keep it nice. Let's keep it nice. All right. So anyway, those of you, I am been on longer than what I planned to. So those of you that that do, uh, 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 we would like. All right, thank you. No problem. God bless. God bless. Um. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I already had him. I think I already had him. All right. So if there's anyone else, or if maybe possibly, maybe so, or maybe not, then we will move on. I appreciate everyone. I'm not sure how I'm doing on likes tonight. I think what's her not I think. I know I think Fatima probably has just got on, or this is like I think the first night of a much needed cruise and vacation. Also, I'm going to be with some of y'all. You all were asking, so we were really elated and excited to hear from Prophet Kearney Thomas, and so going to be excited to have him back joining us, and prayer and prophecy. So be with him on next week. Looking forward to greatly seeing him and being with him. This has been a time that I certainly need, and really been praying. Really have been really pray in prayer, because we're facing uh, uh, this. All right. Oh, thank you. It is absolutely deuces, bro. It is no problem. It is no problem. Dr. Antoine Blackwell, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Antoine Blackwell, for $8.88. Thank you so much for your your love and support, bro. I appreciate you. I will say this. I will say this. You know, I have friends that I was friends with in college, and they got married and they got divorced. And um I maintain my friendship with with them, even though they parted ways. Like, I didn't have anything to do with their marriage and whatever things transpired. So, if somebody doesn't like somebody else, doesn't mean that I'm supposed to not like them too. Like, that's so immature, and that's so high school. That's so high school to even think or do that or say that. Like, that's so immature, you know. So no, we're not doing that. Let's not do that. All right. Oh man, thank you, Deacon Terrace Myers. Thank you, $15. Thank you. Thank you. I love and appreciate y'all that love and support me. Y'all don't have to do it. I really do. Okay. Oh, this is Dr. Blackwell. Let's see here. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Dr. Blackwell, I'm trying to get you up. Just 1 second here. Okay. You didn't want to come on over on YouTube?
Okay.
Hey, Dr. Blackwell, how are you?
Hey, I don't know what was going on. I had something going on YouTube. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So listen.
Yes, sir.
I was half asleep. Okay. And I happened to wake up because I had you on, and I heard all of the commotion. Let me say this to you. And however way it comes out, and whoever wants to come out of a bag, that's fine. I love you. I love you for who you are. I love you for how you stand on what you stand on. And so continue to do you. Continue to do you. And whether it was a misunderstanding or whether it was a jab, this is your channel. And I have an aunt that says that she says that your opinion is your opinion. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it wrong. It's just your opinion. And so for those who feel that your opinion was unwarranted, that your opinion wasn't correct, you have the right to feel that way. But at the end of the day, this is your channel. At the end of the day, these are your thoughts. At the end of the day, this is your opinion. And once we can get along with that, then we can get along all the way around. That's it. That's all I want to say.
And Dr. Blackwell, I really appreciate that. I really do. I really do. Because I think that I do not. I appreciate love. I appreciate support. But at the same time, it's sort of like censorship, you know, and this idea where, you know, I don't want this to, and what I feel that is trying to be made to happen is and it's almost like it puts me in a precarious position, because now everything or anything that I say is going to be scrutinized to, like, okay, well, is he saying that? I'm not going to be bullied to water myself down. It's almost like when people, when you start seeking sponsorship dollars and you start getting corporate dollars, and they say, oh, you have to water down your subject or your content because you may say this about this person, and that person is a supporter of ours. You can't say this about Coke because Coke supports this that. And so to try to bully me into that's not gonna happen here, because I know that I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. And my help comes from the Lord. When Vincent Terrell Hill, after I paid him $2,500 to do my site, when he decided to come in and when he decided to come in and rip it down, and still went and tried to do a full church conference, and still lying and saying that you didn't do that to me, and we have all the evidence and proof of it. But the Lord be my help. The Lord is my source. You talking to somebody that's already then died. When your mama and daddy, it's just, and I don't think that people really know and really hear me. When you have, ain't nothing no worse that can be said than what's been said to me by my own by my own father across his pulpit to a packed church. You know what I'm saying? And when you have lived and been there, that I live and stand on the word. The Bible says, when my mother and father forsake me, come on here, then the Lord will take me. I see, we can say all of this cliche. We can say all of this, and then that's the miracle of it. The miracle of it, you can't counsel nobody.
That is correct.
This YouTube and all of this just like the airport, baby. It's people making arrivals and departures all the time. It just like a plane land, it's one taking off.
That's it.
Marta runs north and south, east and west.
East and west.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yeah. They said that Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson is the busiest airport in the world. 1 million people touch down and come and pass through there. Some is just passing through. Relationships, some are for reasons, seasons, or lifetimes. Oh, I don't hear nobody. And so I'm not going, water down. But what I don't want is to be put in a position to make me to try to make this something an issue between the two of us. It sounded at that moment, it sounded like a jab to me.
I think that
now that may not have been the intent. But that's how it sounds.
I read it a couple of times. Yeah, I went back and read it a couple of times. It was just wrong timing.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to ask me, it was just wrong timing. And I think that probably if it were me, I would preface my question by saying, "Hey, look, I think I might be able to help you." You understand what I'm saying? Maybe if it came out, "Hey, I'm in a position, I think I might be able to help you. Email me or something, or inbox me after this live, and let's see if we can relieve your mind a little bit." I think that would have been more productive. That would have been a more productive.
You can go on and say it would have been more appropriate. And then, and then, it's so many different ways that it could be looked at, because if you watch me on a regular, you know what I'm saying, then you already have an idea of Sir William's personality. Let's be clear.
Right.
Don't get to be, don't come and then to act like you Alice in Wonderland on tonight. You know, I'm not gonna let you do that. Yeah, it is very paramount and very, very clear.
Mm-hmm.
The type, and I say what I'm gonna see. You gonna make me stand up now because I'm blonde like Nene. I said what I said.
No, I don't want you to do that. I didn't do this.
I know, because
you know me. I will call you personally and be like, hey. But I wanted you.
But
to
you know, but and then too, and I get that at times that I can be that I've been placed in a position, unfortunately, to be sometimes hypersensitive, because when you're consistently and constantly under attack and have people that is jabbing, and then you have people that say they like you, but then they low key are jealous or have their particular issue and they're trying to jab. It's like I said when I was saying or making the example of my friend, some people, I just want to be able to relax and be myself. I don't want to have to be trying to defend. I don't want to have to be trying to clarify or whatever. This is, this is Will. This is what you feel and what have you. And I think I made it very, very clear that, I said, I'm having a transparent moment. I said, this has been a day. This has been a day. Am I sensitive? Am I emotional? I'm trying to figure out. I have an 80% scholarship, but it still does not cover everything, and I have to figure out how that is going to be covered in a matter of weeks. I'm on the online, and at the last of it, I don't need to have to deal with the dang gone wash machine going out. Yeah. I should have called you and said I need to come over to your house and wash all them.
You see, you should have did that before you got all here and got all bad.
And then wind up having to spend $60.
Yes, sir. It's expensive.
Oh my God! Because Dr. Blackwell, I could not have been washing and drying and trying to fold up them clothes myself. I had to find somebody that was going to be able to do it. So and then it's still broke. And then not only is it broke, Dr. Blackwell, but then it's out of warranty. On top of it, it's out of the dang old thing is out of warranty. So you know what I'm saying? So it was like,
that's frustrating in itself.
Exactly.
You think you might get some peace of mind by coming on and just sharing how your day went today.
and not for that to be the attack, and not for me to wind up being the topic of discussion, but say like these such as like, but man, I appreciate you, Doc. And and just like we have to be men, and we have to be mature. And so I'm not attempting to be messy, but just like these women were trying to make it an issue about the other person, that has not been, or what was interpreted to be something negative between yourself and Ty. That was not my experience. And I don't have to insert myself. We're not in high school. I don't have to insert myself that he has an issue with you. I don't have the issue with you. Right. You haven't presented that to me. And just because, it was a thing, and I mean, this is family, so it got a little bit more complicated. But for a long time, my oldest sister I had a very great relationship with her first husband. And, for years, we maintained a, because he was like a big brother, I was like a little brother. He had never had a little brother,
Right.
I never had a big brother. And so we had that kind of a bond or relationship. And I really sometimes regret that I'm no longer friends with Dwayne, but it was outside forces, that felt and made it so difficult that, it made it almost impossible for both of us to maintain friendship. Now, I still birthdays. Do we still get calls? Do we send each other cards or a gift card or something like that, or what have you? Yes, we do. But far as our being in and a part of each other's lives, it was really unfortunate that we had to limit ourselves, to do and accommodate for my mother, and for, well, he cheated on your sister, or he did this. Okay, well, my sister ain't, she's our mother's daughter, so she ain't always, her hands ain't always clean, and so, I everyone that someone else has an issue with does not have to be, an issue. And see, they're not asking, because I can raise the same question. Let's just call a thing a thing. Larry is a friend and brother to me and to Thais. But yet he maintains a relationship with Conscious TV, and knows very clearly that Conscious TV don't have nothing to say nice about William McCray or Thais Jackson. Okay, so those of you that follow and are members of the Thai Squad, you can go back and use that as an example. Larry has very clearly has a relationship that he yet maintains with him, although he does not like us, and although he says negative things about both of us. So let's be clear. And I thank God for your holy quietness, because now the chat is not saying anything. But yet I thank God that the numbers have gone up and it's now 275 of you.
Yeah, I just, and I've said this to you, and
I dare not be, and excuse me for interjecting, but I dare not be immature and tell Larry now if they get to the point where it's just a little too much, and we're gonna have to say hey, but I dare not get to be presumptuous to the point where, and I've asked him, what is the undercurrent relationship there? Why do you choose to maintain a relationship? That I don't know, or don't understand, or whatever. But you, for whatever reason, amen, they decide that they have, and for the most part, we have to make a decision to respect that.
That's right.
That's
right. And that's the main operative word, respect. That's it.
Yeah.
If you can respect that, if you can respect relationships, period, then there would be no problem. But that's the problem, that we can't respect relationships. So therefore, we do all that we can to get people on our side, and that's not cool.
It's not cool. And I cannot, I'm not going to take on the responsibility of interjecting myself in you said something or did something that he interpreted, and I was okay with it. He made the interpretation that he felt what you did was slighting, disrespectful to him. That does not have anything to do with, well, that has not been my experience with you. I'm not going to interject myself into that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I appreciate that, you know, I without even having talked to him offline, I appreciate that he felt, but that he had to come on and defend her or whatever, because, you know, he invites his people to come over, and that's wonderful, and I'm appreciative of it, but it sounds like a jab. And I'm going to stand on that. And that's how, in the moment, with the emotion that I was already feeling, with me having made it very, very clear. So, you know, those of you, y'all can ask him, well, why you haven't said that to Larry? Y'all haven't said that to Larry. Y'all haven't said, oh, well, this guy does not like. He doesn't like Ty, so why is Larry? You ain't said that. So you not, so just like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and it's not gonna go here. And you're not gonna make me feel like I gotta water myself down, and I gotta backpedal, and I gotta praise the Lord. You can praise the Lord and kiss my ass, because I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
For likes and clicks. The Lord is on my side. He is my help.
Yeah.
He is my helper. I ain't got no backup plan. I ain't got no plan B. If he don't touch, if he don't anoint, if he don't move, if he don't make a way, it ain't gonna be made.
It's not gonna be made. That's right.
Because it does not, my outcome does not lie in man. Man is not my source. I look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord. And if the Lord puts on a man's heart to move and to touch and to be a blessing, and he can move, and he can pick one up, and then he can lay another one down.
That's it.
My source is in him. Some put their trust in horses, and some put their trust in chariots. But I put my trust in the Lord.
Yeah.
I thank God. I thank God for him, but and thank God for the people that have been introduced. But we cannot, and I will not subject myself, and I will not be bullied, and I will not be intimidated, and I will not be made to feel. The Lord Jesus had the smallest storefront church that there was. He had 12 unruly niggas. Jesus ain't had no big church. He had some big services throughout his ministry, but he didn't pastor no mega church. I don't hear nobody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
So I and you know, maybe that's a you know, I've said it before. You can't kill somebody that's already been dead.
Oh my.
So
I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
You can't kill. You cannot.
Yeah.
You can't.
You've already stood at the gate.
You listen on not on just one occasion. On three times. On three times, and for whatever reason,
that's both of us.
For whatever reason, he decided to bring me back.
Yes.
And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
So man, I you know what, because it was was really raising, and still may be raising to a level, you know, that it was not that was not meant. But you know, people have a way of telling you and showing you who they really are. You know. And if one little thing, if you was waiting for one little thing, then you wasn't really with me no way. I don't agree with everything. You don't agree with everything that I report. And my position on everything. My favorite color is
And
red.
I'll text you and say, okay now, or I won't say nothing.
That's it.
I'll just go somewhere and sit
Oh,
down.
if you really want to know the truth, let's just go on and call it out. Your pastor even questioned you like William McCray.
That is correct. That is correct.
I don't hear amen lights. I thank you. Amen. I thank you for.
I love me some William McCray.
That's
I
it.
do.
That's it. And it
He-
ain't
he
and,
just
and it,
so-
it ain't no
he's
in
so
between.
the opposite of you. I said he is everything that I would wish I could be with inside of me.
Blonde and all.
Blonde and all. Look, blonde and all.
You get you some rest. We gonna go to get out of here. I thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're so
I
welcome,
appreciate
sir.
you. All right, y'all. We
Yes,
have
sir.
been on. I want to thank everybody, everyone. We've been on. I'm really over time now. We have been on 2 hours here. I thank y'all for those of you that decided to stay and to hang out. Dr. Jonathan Davis, greetings to you. Thank you for coming on. Is that show or show love? All facts finally says stand in your own pattern. This is thank you finally. I appreciate y'all. So all of you. Oh, wait a minute. I think while I was talking to Dr. Blackwell, some other uh, uh, love and support came through. So let me go on and announce and share those names as well on tonight. I want to thank Mr. I'm sorry. Is this okay? That we thank God for um, Terrence, yes, Deacon Terrence Myers, Deacon Antoine Blackwell, 888, Terrence Myers, $15, Kathy, I'm sorry, Carrie, 444, and Ms. Dale, I think Miss Dale Terrell, thank you for 888. I thank y'all for all of the love and all of um uh um the support and appreciate it. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Terrence Myers, is that who? Oh, that was you. You're Terrence Myers. Thank you. Thank you. I was thinking that was TL. Okay, thank you, Terrence. Excuse me. Thank you, Terrence Myers from Instagram. Thank you so very much. All of you that have hung out tonight and chose and thought it not robbery to stay. I appreciate you. I'm not sure how I'm doing on likes, but I would ask for everyone that if you can and will hit the like button. um Appreciate it if you can and will. All right, y'all, I'm almost 18 minutes over time, but I do thank you, and uh, I, you know, I thank y'all. I thank y'all. And let me say this to you in closing: be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. All right. and just be you. We only have 80 likes, but maybe it was a lot for y'all not to like tonight. So um thank you, and appreciate everyone for all that you did. Hey Rita. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you have to catch you on the replay. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Um, yes. Oh my gosh. And I had an anonymous y'all, the Lord is faithful. Let me tell you, the Lord is faithful. This anonymous hit is all the confirmation that I need. They ask that their name nor the amount, which is quadruple. I don't even think I have ever gotten this single amount in a live before. And for it to come on a night like tonight and feeling like like the devil was trying to make me feel. I know. I know that he is real. I know. Rita, I know. I know that he is real. My anonymous person, I really I really wish I didn't have to obey. I really wish that I could tell who it was and what it was. I real um I really wish. Rita, thank you. Rita just did um uh $10. I don't think I've ever I don't for me now I know some have gotten really big offerings, but for me this is the largest I've ever gotten on a live and by one person. And for them to stand and show this kind of love on tonight. Um I oh okay. So they said that um it was a nice amount. Um uh so um it was a nice amount. So I thank God. I thank God. I'll put it like that. Um It was one for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. All right. All right. So we thank God for them. We thank God for them. I appreciate I appreciate everyone for those that sewed and gave tonight. And yeah, y'all say it's hard for me to hold water, but I gotta keep this because I don't want to mess up and then yeah, and then they not doing it in the future. So if we gonna believe that, you know what, this is this is not going to be where God is taking me. This is not going to be the exception. This is going to be the rule. This is going to be the standard. What just happened? I thank y'all. I thank y'all. All right. See y'all tomorrow night, Friday Night Live. Peace. I am out.